Welcome back to our Stony Creek journey. It's time. I'm going to start some seeds. Yes, we are winter still. We've got about 2.5 weeks until spring, and I thought I've just been looking forward to it so much. I'm going to start some tomato seedlings. It's way too early to start some of the other summer crops like cucumbers and corn and pumpkin, but tomatoes, if I start them now, 6 or 8 weeks till they reach a good seedling height, and then it'll be time to put them in the ground. We have frost here until at least 6 weeks into our spring, so mid-October, even heading towards the end of October, is frosty for us. So yeah, 1st of September is the start of spring for us, and let's get a jump ahead. So I'll have a look and see what I'm going to do. I think I'll try and do probably just 3 or 4 tomato seedlings at this stage, and then try and be good at succession planting. I've got my little heat mat, which because tomato seeds have to have a decent temperature. I'm not sure what Fahrenheit it is, but probably around about 21 Celsius to germinate. So I'm going to put them on the heat mat and see how we go. So I've got my tomato seedlings. I've got a box of lots of different types of tomato seedlings, which I've gathered over a couple of years. My favourite tomato that I planted last year was a beautiful big beefsteak, and by the end of the summer, I was so enjoying these big beefsteaks on some sourdough bread with avocado. Yum, delicious. So I might start them, but the one I will try and start first is what's called a Siberian, and that's supposed to be good in the cold temperatures, so I'll try and start that as one of my first. I did use this last year, and they did were one of the first ones to have a tomato. So my plan is to try and start them early enough so that by Christmas we've got some tomatoes, but probably January, February is more, and March is more our big tomato time. But also I might start some big malacas, which are the big tomato seeds that I got given from a friend, Steve and Annie. And then I collected some of my own seeds. So I try and collect a lot of seeds from my own tomatoes. Sometimes it doesn't work because they cross a little bit, but I don't mind a bit of that. And of course, no good garden with tomatoes is any good until you've got a nice little cherry. So I might just start a couple, and in the bottom of my tomato packet I've got some random seeds. I don't know what they are, but maybe sometimes you just take potluck and you see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start some tomato seeds. I'll show you what it looks like in the end. And then I'll put up what else we've been doing this week. We're moving the caravan, and what else? A little bit of sheep. We had another lamb this morning, which was exciting. And anything else that looks like it was interesting. So thanks for coming with us on this journey. We appreciate you viewing, and let's get tomato seedling planting.
We are out on this frosty morning, -3, to move the caravan. And they all are knowing they're having to move. It's time to move them up to this area. They're doing a great job spreading out the cow poo. So we'll see if we can smoothly. We've got 2 fences, which is great. Works really well because we put one fence up, then move them across. Sometimes we'll put the other fence up in the next area, or sometimes we'll just leave it. So we'll have a go at getting them across. You know it's chilly when the chooks can stand on their water because it's iced up. That's funny, look. Ice skating, yeah. We'll just open this up and we'll see if we can get them just across. There you go, girls and boys, into your new bit. Spread the love, eat the bugs and the grass, even though the grass looks very dry. It is quite dry. There is a little bit of grass in there. It's just that it's white this morning because it's frozen. Robert moving the frozen water. The caravan does have its own watering system, but they actually love to have water free like that. There's always one left behind. Come on, girl.
Come on.
Check out all this overnight fertiliser. It's such a good system. All right.
Yep.
You pull, I'll push.
Yep.
We're going uphill. It's not easy. Oh, come on, get back. Get back, come on. Follow us. After been doing this for what, nearly 2 years, I've sort of got it worked out. Oh, there we go. And the sheep can hear us. There's a good spot.
No, I'll turn it around so you can just travel in that direction.
Okay. There we go, all set up for the coming week. They'll be in here for probably about a week, depends on what they do to the ground. But it's such a good opportunity to spread all this lovely cow poo around. This paddock is not particularly fertile at this end of it. Doesn't grow as good a grass as certainly over under the trees. But this is going to help. We actually haven't had them out this far in the paddock before. There you go, girls. And boys, do your magic. Back out at the caravan the day after the move and just showing you the beautiful droppings we get overnight. So every day we move the caravan just a little bit so we get some good coverage on the ground. It's pretty easy. You just unhook this chain, make sure the rail's up, or the ramp, and pull it. Look, I'm just doing it with one hand. It's pretty good, unless you're going uphill, which is trickier. And then just put your chain back on, and you're good to go. All set for the day. They're enjoying some ferment on top of a layer of cow poo, and they're spreading it nicely. Well, this will be spread out this afternoon. Nice one. We moved the sheep and Spelza, Uzuri and the Burger Boys into the long paddock 2 days ago. Robert's away for a week skiing in New Zealand, so I'm head farmer again, and there's a little bit of grass in this paddock still, but we will have to feed out some hay. This was the paddock that we sort of keep as our paddock that we're going to keep them in for a little bit longer when we're feeding out hay. A bit like a bit of a sacrifice paddock, but it came back lovely once it warms up, so hopefully it'll do the same. It certainly Miss Green Tag. She thinks I've got something to eat. Not time to give them anything yet. But the lambs are all going well. I'll show you our latest additions to the farm. These are our latest arrivals. They were born probably 4 days ago. 2 little ram lambs to number 1. And number 1 is a lovely ewe. She was the first ewe to have a lamb on Stony Creek. She had number 1 Rambo. We've called these boys Harry and Ron. We think we might keep Harry as our stud ram, or our ram being a stud. We'll see how we go. We were going to keep Leo, but Leo's is a single, so we'll see how we go. The sheep love playing on this big tree. They love just standing there. Must be nice and tall so you can see what's going on, but it's a big tree that was chopped down. And often we come out and they're standing on it. So we've tagged and tailed all the lambs so far. Look at this little cutie. Left ear is for boys, right ear is for girls, and this year the tag colour is black for sheep, and this year we ordered tags that already have the number printed on them. So you can see this little one here, because last year we had blue tags and we wrote on them, but some of them came off, so we thought we'd do it a little bit different this year. You can see I'm following one of our firstborn lambs, which is Daisy, and you can see her tails come off already. So she's a month old now, and she's a much bigger lamb than the other ones that are fresh arrival. So you see her tail is nice and long. Because she's a girl, you want to make sure that their tails are nice and long to cover all their bits. Frosty morning again this morning. -0, it said, 0.6, but it's going to be a beautiful day. And everybody looks happy. Come down and feed them a little bit later. So we're all done. I said I was going to do 4, but I didn't. I've done 8. It's really hard to choose. You know what I'm talking about. So I've got some Siberian. I also have put some Siberian in this little container, which is not on a heat mat, and we'll see how we go. Then we've got Brandywine Pink, some Black Russians, some Tigerellas. This is a cherry tomato that grew in our burn pile by itself, and it was a really nice tomato, so I've kept the seeds of that. That's called Jacob's. That's a seed that my son gave me, a little orange tomato, which is lovely. My big Malacca seeds and some beefsteaks. So got them all in there, got the temperature probe in. We're on the heat mat, it's nice and warm. This area does get some sun, so the sun's nicely on it now, but currently we're at 11.3 Celsius. So we've got it set for 21, which is about 70 Fahrenheit, I think. So that's the setup. And it'll be interesting to see which ones germinate first, those ones. I'm suspecting these ones. And then it's got a little lid that can go on it at night. Because, yeah, this morning when I came out in here, it was only 4 degrees, so it needs a heat mat. And then once they're up, I'll show you again once they're up, and then we'll transplant them, and then we'll start again. How exciting. Seeds for 2024 have begun. It's hatching day. 21 days Mumma's been sitting on these eggs, and I can see 2 broken shells. So let's see if we can see any babies. Can we see your babies? Oh, we've got 2 babies. Oh, I know. I'll leave you there. I'm sorry. 2 babies. Well done. Oh, one peeking out. Well done, Mumma. And then there's 2 more eggs. I'm not suspecting that the brown one will hatch, or the one from the Australop, so 2 might be all we get. We'll see how we go. But well done, Mumma. Welcome to Stony Creek, little babies. So we'll end this video here with a nice little chicken hatch. So until next time, we'll see you back on the farm. So cute. Look at his little face. Oh, hello. Hello.